God, it's almost like Rishi Sunak wants to get re-elected. Britain's largest untapped oil field in the North Sea has been approved by the government. The Rosebank oil and gas project was granted consent by the North Sea Transition Authority on Monday, with the potential of up to 500 million barrels of oil. However, environmental activists, including Green Party MP Caroline Lucas, said the decision amounted to a climate crime and that it was morally obscene. No. What is morally obscene is the example of Germany, who have spent years ploughing billions of euros into flaky renewables, which has left them reliant on tyrants like Vladimir Putin to keep the lights on. Misguided green policies in Germany have led to the effective bankrolling of the Kremlin's war machine. Well done, everyone. Meanwhile, over in the United States, why is American inflation so low? Why is their economy going gangbusters? Because they are energy independent, with vast reservoirs of shale gas approved by Barack Obama, of all people. Who'd have thunk it? In this unstable world, it's pure madness to rely on despotic states like Saudi Arabia and Russia for our energy supplies. And whilst I back further investment in renewables, it's time to be honest with the public that green energy is extraordinarily expensive and is ultimately a massive experiment. It's a punt. Don't take my word for it. When invited to invest in new wind farm licenses earlier this month, no bids were made by the private sector. 0 bids. That's net zero for you. Plus, how honest are proponents of green energy being with you when they fail to factor in the massive environmental impact of constructing these windmills, these solar panels, and the thousands of miles of cable needed to transport their intermittent energy? Where do you store that energy? And what's the shelf life of a windmill? 15 years if you're lucky. What happens when it's not windy or sunny? It's like people who drive around in electric cars thinking they've saved the planet. What about the energy to make those cars and the finite precious resources in those batteries mined in slavery conditions, which are knackered after a few years? And how are those batteries recharged? You guessed it, via fossil fuels. In the end, I think there's a middle way, and what I'm calling smart net zero, or smart zero, in which we pursue energy policies based upon evidence-based science, based upon what we can afford, based upon the needs of our economy, and based upon the support of the public. The cervix-free leader of the opposition, Sir Keir Starmer, wants to bet the house on unproven green renewables and tear up oil and gas licences before we're ready, whilst Sunak is offering a more balanced approach. In the end, we probably need a mix of renewables, nuclear, oil and gas. Energy security is national security, which is why, for now, Rishi's right to drill, baby, drill.